Sohail Seth is a well-known columnist, writer, speaker and traveller, but not a traveller on taxpayer money. Prahlad Joshi is a member of parliament of the BJP. Mr. Vishwanath is member of parliament of the Lok Sabha and he's a former education minister of Karnataka. Mr. Vishwanath, let me start by asking you, how do you propose to punish these people once they are back?
Yeah, they must come back and they must pay back the money which I've already spent, because it is the money of the taxpayers. It is a shame on the part of the MLAs who are on tour in abroad when the whole state is reeling under drought. And all political party leaders are on tour about the drought. But some of the MLAs of all political parties are on tour. It is shameless part on the part of them. They must come back. They must come back and they must repay the money whichever they have spent in foreign tours.
Sir, this whole business of education, Prahlad Joshi, my information tells me that about 100 MLAs went to China in 2007 September. Now, if somebody looks at garbage bins not being picked up in Bangalore, I don't know what they learnt. And then they said, you know, I'm sorry, it was a nice trip, but we couldn't emulate the China model because we lack dedication, sincerity, political will, which are the hallmarks of China's development. So what is the point? That was a study tour, at least. This is not even that. How do you propose to punish these people when they are back?
No, definitely they should introspect themselves. That is what I feel. And at this moment, I would like to only tell one thing. The people representatives who are the policymakers, they have got some provision to go for the study tours. But they should go with a proper itinerary, but they should not go when there is a serious drought. When there is serious problem in the state. No, they should not have opted for this.
No, so
secondly, without having any proper.
No, Mr. Joshi,
without having any proper
Mr. Joshi,
appointment with the officials.
No. You can have what you can do is you can have 7 days of pleasure and then go and meet a local corporator in Machu Picchu, talk to him for 5 minutes and says it was very educational to come all the way to meet you. I mean, this is a farce. Sohail, would these political parties, and with all respect, would Prahlad Joshi and Mr. Vishwanath be taking this position had it not been for the media expose which has happened? Let Sohail come in. Let Sohail come in. My point is that the media expose is forced.
You see, this is the problem with these politicians. They treat television studios like the assembly, always interrupting. Allow me to finish, Mr. Joshi, or whoever you are, and then you can respond. 3 or 4 things. Number one, these people, most of them are self-serving, selfish, and they don't really care about what's happening in the state. So both these gentlemen are right. Please come back. You're not asking for a prodigal child to return home. You're asking for errant, irresponsible, despicable human beings who have no courage and do not wish to actually serve their own state. You're asking them to come back. They couldn't care. B, this is a malaise, and I'm glad that Times Now has pointed it out. It is a malaise not restricted to Karnataka. I know of many young members of parliament who every summer go on a study tour to some American university. What do they study? God alone knows. Because parliament doesn't function. I haven't seen any major developmental change in India post all the study that has happened. So it's an absolute farce that is played out. Number 3, these guys are going to Machu Picchu. Why don't some of these guys actually go to Koramangala and see the amazing work that people like Kalpana Kar are doing? Why don't they ask Sudha Murthy what needs to be done in that state? Why don't they actually first clean up Bengaluru, clean up their state? They want to go alligator spotting because they want to eat each other in the assembly. That's the only thing they will learn from alligators. They won't learn anything more. I mean, I'm amazed, Arnab, at the shamefulness and the complete disregard for any sense of responsibility that these people have. They shouldn't be brought back to India. My recommendation would be arrange for a fishing line over which they can trip and then actually fall into the alligator park if it were possible.
Well,
I'm really amazed at this.
Well, you see, Mr. Prahlad Joshi and Mr. Vishwanath, would you like to respond to what Sohail Seth is saying? And the point he makes is these are not some prodigal children. You are very senior politicians. You're saying, please come back, please come back. Please come back. The Chief Minister says, please come back. The Chief Minister, but I can't bring them back.
You're not asking your son to come back after he's stolen ice cream.
No, the Chief Minister says, I can't bring them back.
No.
The Speaker will have to bring... No, tell me one thing, sir. Before I come, tell me one thing, sir. Is it so difficult to just call them up and say, you have been exposed, come back? Why is it so difficult?
That's what
they don't care.
No. Chief Minister has very categorically said today that they should come back immediately, and I also feel that this is not the appropriate time for they go to abroad, and when they are not at all planned for any study tour, it is very proper on their part. Immediately they should come back. Chief Minister has said that very categorically. Now he has said it in a very humble tone. I am very confident if they do not hear to his request, he will instruct them and call them back. I am quite sure about that.
No, why can't you cancel their return tickets? I'm actually saying, why can't you punish them further, Mr. Vishwanath? You see, cancel their return tickets.
Yes.
And tell them you pay and
now,
say...
They'll bless you.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Vishwanath. Why can't you?
First of all, First of all, I must congratulate Times Now for exposing this foreign trip of Karnataka legislatures. And the Chief Minister of Karnataka is the first culprit who gave the permission to go for an abroad. That too when the
Correct.
state is
That's
feeling
the point.
serious
Very right.
drought. Yeah, he is the first culprit, the Chief Minister. Then he is begging them, come back. No, that's not. He must take the coercive steps. That as a leader of the state, as a Chief Minister,
Mr. Joshi,
who has given the permission to go there.
Mr. Joshi,
yeah, that must be the...
Mr. Joshi, you see what Mr. Vishwanath says here today. He's very clearly saying...
I heard Vishwanath.
Yes.
Generally, Speaker gives the permission for this. I also don't endorse this. But I would like to tell Vishwanath, he is a senior leader of the party. He was supposed to become the president of the KPCC.
No. Yeah, the speaker also a culprit. How the speaker gives... No, without the permission of the chief minister,
legislative committee and parliamentary... parliamentary party or parliamentary standing committee tours or any such legislative committee tours, it is permission given by the speaker. Of course, with the approval of the chief minister. We have already said error is committed, mistake is committed. But I would like to ask, when he is talking about... I am saying on behalf of the party that mistake is committed, error is committed. We have told that they should come back and let Congress also tell their MLA that they should come back. Instead of telling chief minister, they should have told their MLA not to go. Of course, I am telling very openly that we have committed mistake. Our MLAs have committed mistake, and the permission given was wrong. That we have realized, and we are calling them back. But Congress also let them tell their MLAs to come back immediately.
Yeah. This is not the... No, this is not the question of a political party. This is the question of the state,
Okay, sir.
Can you imagine, we are sitting here in troubled times. Today your GDP figures, renewed figures at 5.1%. We are talking about a state which has been ruined by the current mode of governance, and it's not about the Congress or the BJP. As far as I'm concerned, they're all of the same ilk. Look at the two politicians, these so-called two senior leaders. It's about casting aspersions on one another. It's not about recognizing that governance has been given the short shrift. It's about tolerating ineptitude, corruption, irresponsibility, whether it was the Reddy brothers, whether it was Kumaraswamy, Dev Gowda's son before that. I mean, you have seen a great state go into deep neglect. And today, the tragedy is that a farce is being played out at the cost of the taxpayer, mocking the taxpayer, mocking the media, mocking the common man, and these are the people we invest time and our votes with.
One of them
it is
actually
an absolute
said,
abhorrent shame
that
these are the people who still manage to represent the people of this country.
One of these gentlemen, you know, I'll pull out his picture right now. He wears very fancy shades, and he actually said that if this country spends a lot of money keeping Kasav, there he is actually in the middle of those pictures, keeping Kasav alive,
He's
then
a Congress MLA.
why can't I go and have some, you know, on a holiday? He didn't. He of course
Correct.
called it a study.
Can you imagine
It's ridiculous.
Can you imagine this man is justifying his goddamn study tour expenditure and likening it and making it relatable.
It's a very cruel joke.
Our security forces.
It's a cruel joke on the security forces. It's a cruel joke on the victims of 26/11. And
he's intellectually innocent. He's intellectually innocent. I can't use the word idiot on national television. So intellectually innocent is a nice cohesive phrase.
No, you know,
these
the point
are the people who are running this country.
Point is tonight, and
anybody who has commented like that, linking Kasab with that, it is a bankruptcy. That I can tell. It is a pure bankruptcy.
You see, Mr. Joshi and Mr. Vishwanath, you're both senior leaders. I respect you. You are not the ones who are in the dock. You are not gone on a foreign holiday. But the point being made today is, I cannot even begin to tell you that the kind of anger Sohail is expressing, the kind of frustration young people, old people from all professions and across the country are saying, that have we reduced our country to this big joke? That you say you go on a study tour and fool your people of the country.
This is the same BJP government.
Yeah.
This is the same BJP government in Karnataka, which has the largest amount of young people working in the services sector.
They need to reevaluate.
They shut down bars on grounds of morality at 11 p.m. and their legislators, when there's drought in the state, are drinking up silly and going to alligator parks in South America.
And tango dancers.
Look at the goddamn hypocrisy.
And tango dancers.
And tango dancers. We don't even know. These guys couldn't even spell tango, leave alone dance with them.
They are going
they will still go to ask how many of them can spell Machu Picchu.
So viewers tonight, my question simply is this. What do you think should be done to politicians who watch tango dancers on taxpayer money? It's a very relevant question. Sohail, thanks. Prahlad Joshi, thanks. H. Vishwanath, thanks. The drought junket has been scrapped officially. It's been exposed. What's the punishment these people deserve when they get back? Thank you, gentlemen.